Justificatory reasons and intentions. Here I want to look at another way of answering our question, what's the mark that distinguishes actions? Given what we've just been thinking about justificatory reasons, how about this as an answer? Actions are events for which there are justifying reasons. Here's a second answer to the question, or if you like, a third answer, different from any of those that we have considered so far. So I'll call this answer 2. Now the first thing I want to do is to reflect on the relation between answer 2 and the very first answer to this question which we considered, the idea that it is intention which distinguishes our actions. So first of all, with your lecture buddy, please take 90 seconds. I hope you understand what answer 2 is. Just check that, of course, with your lecture buddy. Once you've understood that, then answer the question, is this one answer or are they in fact 2 incompatible answers? So is this 2 different words for the same answer, or are they 2 incompatible answers? 90 seconds with your lecture buddy, go. Alright, so I hope you've come to a view on whether or not answer 2 and answer 1 are genuinely incompatible alternative answers to our question. Why do I mention this? Among all the considerations which are or might be explanatory reasons for your action, what determines which are the justifying reasons? What determines which are the justifying reasons? Let me illustrate. Perhaps you are there running for a bus. There might be all kinds of potential explanatory reasons. In particular, it may be that running is a way of arriving at the stop before the bus leaves. That may be what explains why you are running on this situation. Or it may be that running is a way of getting the driver to wait by signalling your desire. And of course, it could be that both of these contribute to explanations of why you're running, potentially. Now, of course, these can't be explanatory reasons if the driver's pretty awkward and no amount of signalling desire is going to cause her to wait, and if you're too far away to reach there by running at the speed that you can maximally run at. So it may be that these are not in fact explanatory reasons, but they're still candidates for justificatory reasons. So the question is, what determines which, if either of these, perhaps both, count as justificatory reasons for your action when you're running for the bus? Now, I take it that that's an important question because we could imagine that there's one person, Aisha, and this is actually her justificatory reason, and that is not her justificatory reason. Whereas the converse is true for Beatrice, just by stipulation. So there's no problem here with the idea that different people perform the same action for quite different justificatory reasons. So the question, what determines which potential explanatory reason is a justificatory reason, is one that really has teeth here. We need to understand what makes for this difference between Aisha and Beatrice in their justificatory reasons. Well, you might think it's just a matter of what they believe. It's the fact that Aisha has one belief, that running will get her to the bus stop before the bus leaves, and Beatrice has a different belief. But I don't think that that can be right at all. That can't be right because it may well be that Aisha and Beatrice have all of the same beliefs, but Aisha's belief that running is a way of getting to the driver to wait by signalling her desire just isn't playing any particular role in her action on this occasion. She doesn't think of that. She knows that that's a possibility, but it hasn't struck her that this would be a justificatory reason. So it may well be that they have actually very similar beliefs, but different justificatory reasons. Nor do I think it will be sufficient to appeal to desire here for the same reason. Ida and Beatrice, who by stipulation have different justificatory reasons, may have just the same desires, in particular just the same desire to catch the bus. So it seems to me what we need here is this. What's important about the justificatory reason is that there is a belief which contributes to the formation of the intention to run to the bus stop. What might distinguish Aisha from Beatrice is that Aisha's belief that running is a way of arriving at the bus stop before the bus leaves is what feeds into the formation of her intention that she run to the bus stop. Beatrice also has this belief, but for Beatrice that doesn't feed into the formation of her intention to run to the bus stop. The only thing that feeds into Beatrice's practical reasoning that leads to the intention is her belief that running is a way of getting the driver to wait by signalling her desire. So what you can see here is a very simple thought. If we want to understand why agents might differ in the justificatory reasons for actions that they perform, we need to appeal not just to belief or desire, but rather to the role of beliefs and desires in the formation of intention. That is one way of thinking about why there can be differences in justificatory reasons between agents. So my question was this: among all the considerations which are, or might be, explanatory reasons for an action, what determines which are your justificatory reasons? And what I've suggested is that it's a matter of your beliefs, but not just your beliefs, it's those of your beliefs which lead to forming the intention. And just here you say, Steve, which intention? Good question. Always need to specify that. It's no good talking about the intention. Which intention? It's the intention which guides your action. So we're hypothesizing that any time there's an action, that's an action which is guided by an intention. And the factor that determines which potential explanatory reasons are justificatory reasons is this: which of those potential explanatory reasons were things that you believed, where those beliefs led to the formation of the intention which is guiding your action. Very simple. This is what makes it the case that a certain potential explanatory reason is a justificatory reason for your action. Now, I've been mentioning all of this because it takes us back to the idea that there are two ways of answering question about what is the mark that distinguishes actions. And I wanted to know whether answer 1 and answer 2 are incompatible alternatives or two ways of expressing the same thing. Now, what we've just seen, I think, is that given some background assumptions, to accept answer 2 would commit you to accepting answer 1. But of course, there may well be alternative ways of developing answer 2 that don't appeal to answer 1. I haven't offered you any kind of argument here. So a more cautious conclusion would be this: if we accept answer 2, that would then provide us with some motivation for accepting answer 1. You see, answer 2 provides us with a question. What determines which potential explanatory reasons are justificatory reasons? And once we see that we can answer that question by talking about the role of beliefs leading to the formation of intentions which guide actions, we are then indirectly committed to answer 1. So we might think that accepting answer 2 can be used to motivate accepting answer 1 as well. That's to say that the two can be made into a loose package, but we haven't seen an argument to say that they absolutely must be.